Welcome back. I'm Nix, your intuitive coach and energy alignment mentor, and this is your weekly energy update where we track what's moving through the collective field so you can move with it instead of against it. Now, we are still riding the elevated posture from last week, and this week the cosmos are essentially continuing the story, but with some tension woven in to keep us honest. We have 5 transits shaping this week, starting on June 9th. Venus conjuncts Jupiter in Cancer, and this is generally one of the sweetest transits of this month. Venus is love, beauty, value. Jupiter is abundance, grace, and expansion. And together in Cancer, the sign of emotional depth, home, and nurturing. This is essentially emotional abundance, feeling genuinely rich in your heart, in your connections, in your inner world. Then on the 10th of June, Mercury squares Saturn. And here's where the tension arrives, right? We've got the mental pressure, the communication challenges, the mind running up against discipline and restriction. Not necessarily a day to let fear or scarcity thinking write the script in your head. Okay, so just choose your thoughts carefully on the 10th of June. On the 13th, Venus enters Leo. So that's passion stepping into the light, creativity wanting to be seen, confidence that isn't performing but is actually glowing from within. Also on the 13th, we've got Mercury retrograde shadow arriving. Now, Mercury doesn't go fully retrograde until the 29th, but the themes that surface in your communication, in your inner narrative, and in your relationships this week, pay attention. They are most likely going to come back around for deeper healing later this month when we are fully in Mercury retrograde. And just outside that window of the building, we've got the new moon in Gemini that lands on June 14th. So that's fresh mental beginnings, new ideas, new perspectives, right on the heels of this week. So as per usual, we have a full week. Let's flow into the cards. But before our usual reminder, each week we go through 4 cards. The first one speaks to the energy of the week. The second one speaks to what's being asked of us. The third one speaks to the energy center that's calling for our attention. And the last one tells us how to hold and integrate it all together. So let's get started. First up, we've got, for the energy of the week, crystals, achievement, number 9. Hopefully you can see that. All right, now the image on this card you see here is a labradorite crystal tower, which honestly, it doesn't feel random to me because crystal towers tend to symbolize focus, energetic elevation, direction, and amplification. They act as like an energetic conduit. And labradorite specifically, it's about transformation, intuition, mental clarity, and artistic ambition. That essentially sums up the energy of the week. This card does feel layered though. First layer feels like it's about self-recognition. So I say that this week you may be being asked to acknowledge the work that you've done and the milestones that you have reached, even if they don't look like the big splashing signs of success you've envisioned for yourself. Those smaller achievements, the puzzle pieces, the things that seem minor on their own, but when you step back and look at the full picture, they are essentially the full picture. Take this into account. You've been overcoming a lot, the challenges, the difficulties, the moments of defeat that somehow you managed to push through anyway. Those are achievements. They may not be the big vision yet, but they are real. They matter. And when you find genuine appreciation for something like that, something unlocks for you. And you start to see that all of those smaller milestones stacked together are actually the bigger picture already forming for you. Okay, so don't overlook that. They are important. Now, secondly, for those of you who have already leveled up on their journey, essentially, recognition is coming, okay? If you are in service to community, if you were doing creative work in the public eye, the word about the work that you're doing is spreading. It could be comments, shares, new followers, an increase in subscribers. It could be conversations happening about your work in rooms that you haven't even stepped into yet. Projects that felt they were never going to get done, they're completing successfully. For some, more successfully than you even anticipated. And for some of you, this week holds life milestone energy. Think like graduations, promotions, engagements, new beginnings of all kinds, mastery being achieved, something being accomplished that once felt it was like out of reach. Essentially, your hard work is paying off, or it's about to. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other, okay? Congratulations, guys. Now, next up, for what's being asked of us, we have this beautiful card, White Buffalo. Okay, this card feels very spiritually charged. I mean, like, look at this gorgeous imagery. We have this native woman standing under a starlit sky, dressed in white fur, a feather in her hair. She's holding what looks like to be a ceremonial pipe. The smoke is circling her crown. Like, this is just stunning. The imagery makes me want to take a nice Nice deep breath. Now, white buffalo. Okay, so white buffalo is essentially about restoring harmony in the world, not on a global scale. Sure, I mean, now on a global scale, sure, but we are individuals in a massive collective of people who would love to see harmony restored in the world right now. But I feel like this card is specifically speaking to your personal world, your inner world, your outer world, a combination of both. This is about coming into harmony with yourself, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, your physical body, all of it. I feel this strong sensation to kind of sit tall, but I can't because of lighting. So sorry. But I feel like we are being asked to posture up. But in order to do so, in order to posture up, we have to heal an aspect within ourselves first. The connection to spirit, to source, to God, to your angels, to your divine team, whatever language lands in your heart, okay? Because the world is loud right now. The external chaos, whether you are paying direct attention to it or not, it is affecting us. It affects those who are in close proximity to us, those of us who are energetically sensitive and are absorbing it, whether we realize it or not. And we need to take the time to discern what is ours versus what is everybody else's and restore that harmony within. You know, if you remember last week, we were asked to heal a relationship with spirit, right? I feel like this week the energy is being pressed even harder. And I think that there's a reason for that. Something is happening. We can sense it even if we can't name it yet. And the medicine I feel for it is internal. So heal that relationship with your higher self, heal that relationship with your divine team. And if there are cracks in that connection, if the doubt has crept in, if the faith has been fading because of everything that you've been personally moving through, don't just mend it, actually heal it, explore those cracks, understand them. I feel strongly that there is something deeply protective about this spiritual healing work right now. Your spiritual connection is not just for comfort. I feel like right now it's armor. Okay, stunning card, it's beautiful. All right, now the energy center of the week is solar plexus, and this card is speaking to abundance. And now again, just look at the imagery, okay, because it stands out again. I feel like it tells a whole story. Now at the bottom here, you see this golden chest with some coins in it, and just above there are two images side by side. On one side, you see this man sitting at a bar next to a bottle. It looks like he's sitting in the energy of despair, stress. He's probably broke. And then just underneath, you see him leaning over like this sewer hole, and there's like this spark of golden light at the bottom. It's really subtle. It looks like he dropped something down there, probably what he may deem the last of his abundance. He can see it, but he's panicking. He's in his head, the energy of fear and desperation. It's just all over him. But on the other side, you see this young girl sitting in front of a house with a for sale sign. She too was looking down a similar sewer hole, but she has this tool in her hand. It's like she has a plan. There's patience on her face, a quiet knowing, and she's going to lift the gate and get what she came for. Now they both can see the abundance, right? They both know something is good down there, but one is approaching it from desperation and the other one seems to be approaching it from strategy and faith. So I feel like the question moving through this energy center this week is, how are you approaching the abundance that is already in your energy field? Because it is there. Whether you can tangibly see it yet or you can feel it approaching, it is in your field, but you have a choice in how you receive it, okay? Are you going to freeze if you feel you fumbled it? Are you going to grab it from scarcity, from lack mindset, from the place of it slipped through my fingers once and now I don't trust it'll ever come back or that I can even have it? Or are you going to move toward it with calm, with understanding, with the knowing that it is already yours to have? I want you to hear this, okay? Abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. Suffering, struggling, lack, that is not your birthright. It is a passage. It is a journey through. But living well, living lighter, living in flow, that is yours to claim. It does not just snap into existence. So you have to learn how to see it, receive it, protect it, honor it, work with it. You have to do away with the habits, patterns, people, places, and things that keep you low vibrational or out of alignment, okay? Some of you are strategically preparing to align with the abundance you desire, so keep going. But some of you are still sitting in the frustration of the fumble, feeling like it's never going to come back or it's going to happen, like it was never meant for you. I need you to understand that you can always make new choices. The fumble is not the final word, okay? It never has been, it never will be, it never is, okay? And here's how we hold it all together. No step is too small. I honestly love when the integration card ties the entire reading together. I feel like this does it perfectly. I feel like it speaks to the crystal card, acknowledging every small achievement as a part of the bigger picture. And I feel like it speaks to the abundance card because the girl at the sewer hole, she didn't get there in one leap. She got there with a tool, with a plan, and one intentional move at a time. So the truth is, you're not going to wake up one day and everything be perfectly aligned. Perfection is an illusion, and that is just not how the reality of this works. Progress, not perfection, right? Every single step matters, even when it feels insignificant, even when it feels like you're barely moving. Because momentum doesn't require speed, it requires consistency. Now, what this comes down to is choice. Are you going to acknowledge your achievements or ignore them? Acknowledgement feeds momentum, ignoring them keeps you still. Are you going to be solution oriented, or are you going to sit in the story of what isn't working? Solutions move you forward. The victim story keeps you exactly where you are, right? Now, I say this with full compassion. If your nervous system is too dysregulated right now to take that full step because it feels earth shattering, that's okay. You don't have to leap. You don't have to sprint. You can simply just shimmy along. You can slide. You can move at the pace of a snail if that's what your body needs from you right now, inch by inch, millimeter by millimeter, okay? Like the card says, no step is too small. Every single step, no matter how tiny, is a step that fear essentially didn't win. And that matters more than the size of the step that you take. You decide the pace, you decide the cadence, you decide how big or how small the step is. Not the world, not the challenges, not the fear or the grief or the doubt, not even the excitement or the passion. They may fuel your energy one way or another, but you, at the end of it all, at the end of everything, you're the deciding factor, always. Okay? So just remember that. No step is too small. Shimmy along. All right, now that is your energy of the week from June 7th to the 13th. Remember, the new moon comes in on the 14th. That's about a week after this drops. Again, fresh mental beginnings are on the other side of this week, so stay open to what lands. Now, if you could please drop in the comments, what achievement, big or small, are you ready to finally acknowledge and celebrate? I want to hear it. I want to celebrate it loud with you. Remember, the comment section is your safe space. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks so much for joining. Please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss this next update. And if anyone in your life has been taking the small steps quietly and needs to be told that every single one of those teeny tiny steps counts, please send this to them. This might be exactly the reminder they needed to hear today, okay? So until then, take care of your beautiful energy, and I will see you next week.